Oliver had failed so many times that the word failure no longer hurt him. What hurt him was the silence at the dinner table. Every night, his father sat on the same wooden chair near the window, pretending to read the newspaper. His mother moved quietly in the kitchen, cooking food that tasted the same but felt different now. No one asked him how his day went anymore. No one talked about the future, because everyone already knew the truth. He was the son who couldn't live up to his parents' dreams. When Oliver was a child, his parents' eyes used to shine when they looked at him. They didn't have much. No big house, no car, no savings. But they had hope, and all that hope was invested in one boy. "Study hard," his father used to say, coming home tired after long shifts. "You don't deserve this life," his mother whispered, while stitching torn clothes late at night. Their hands were rough, their dreams were soft, and those dreams carried his name. At school, teachers said he was average. Relatives said, "He'll understand later." Neighbors said, "At least he's obedient." But inside his parents' hearts, he was never average. He was their escape from poverty, their proof that sacrifices were worth it, their reason to wake up every morning. And that was the weight he carried, without knowing how heavy it was. As years passed, the pressure grew. Exams came. Expectations grew louder. Other children started succeeding. Rank lists were shared. Comparisons became daily torture. Jack's son cleared it. "That boy got a job already. Why don't you study like them?" Oliver's parents never shouted. They never insulted him. And that hurt him even more. Oliver failed his first major exam, then the second, then the third. Each failure felt like a crack in his parents' hearts, though they tried to hide it behind forced smiles. "It's okay," his mother said, placing food in front of him. "Try again," his father said, though his voice sounded older than before. But late at night, the boy heard things he was never meant to hear. His mother crying softly, blaming herself. His father staring at the ceiling, wondering where he went wrong. That night, for the first time, he hated himself. Oliver stopped attending family gatherings. He avoided eye contact. He avoided mirrors. Every question felt like an accusation. "What are you doing these days? Any good news?" No one asked how tired he was. No one asked how broken he felt. He watched his parents age faster than time. His father's back bent more. His mother's hair turned gray. Their sacrifices increased, while his results stayed the same. One evening, he overheard his father talking to someone on the phone. "I don't need anything for myself," his father said quietly. "Just, I hope my son finds his way before I get too old." Those words shattered him. That night, Oliver locked himself in his room and cried like a child. Ugly, loud, helpless tears. He cried for every dream he had crushed, for every hope his parents had buried silently, for every day they pretended to be strong for him. He thought about giving up. He thought about disappearing. But then he looked at an old photograph on his wall. It was from his childhood. Oliver's parents were standing behind him, hands on his shoulders, smiling proudly. They believed in him back then, even when he didn't deserve it. The next morning, something changed. Not magically, not dramatically, but quietly. He didn't promise success. He promised effort. Oliver started waking up early, not because motivation struck, but because guilt wouldn't let him sleep. He studied when his mind wanted to quit. He worked when his heart felt heavy. He failed again, more than once, But this time, he didn't stop. Months turned into years. There were days he wanted to scream, days he wanted to run away, days he felt nothing would ever change. But every night, he remembered his parents' tired faces, and he continued. One day, the result finally came. It wasn't extraordinary. It wasn't a headline achievement, but it was a win, a small one, enough to open a door that had been shut for years. Oliver ran home with shaking hands. His mother opened the door. He couldn't speak. Oliver just handed her the paper. She read it slowly, and then she cried. Not the quiet, painful crying he was used to hearing at night, but the kind of crying that comes with relief, with pride, with gratitude. Oliver's father didn't say much. He just placed his hand on his son's head and closed his eyes for a moment, as if thanking life for not giving up on them. That night, dinner tasted different, not because life was suddenly perfect, but because hope had returned to the table. Years later, when the son finally stood on his own feet, he realized something painful and beautiful at the same time. Oliver's parents never wanted a perfect son. They just wanted a son who didn't give up. They didn't dream of trophies. They dreamed of his dignity. And in trying to chase success, he had forgotten the real purpose: to honor their sacrifices with effort, not excuses. If you feel like a failure today, remember this: you are not late. You are not useless. You are not a disappointment. As long as you are still trying, you are still worthy of your parents' dreams. Sometimes, the greatest success isn't proving the world wrong. It's proving your parents' faith right. And that is a victory no failure can erase. Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, please like the video. Subscribe for more emotional and motivational stories that inspire real change. Share this video with someone who might need hope today. Your one share could make a difference. Thank you for your support.